Alright, boys, let's do this. So, this is the milk, 18 milligram. I'm going to be taking this out. I have with me 2 blunt tip needles. I use these a lot for filling up tanks in my billet box, and it just works out. These are great. A small flat tip screwdriver. I got this in a kit, comes with a million bits, a small piece of cotton bacon, scissors. Tweezers are nice, but they're not necessary. So essentially what you're gonna do is, see this spot right here? You just take your screwdriver, you're gonna kind of push up on it, and it'll pop right out. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little gap right at the bottom. You kind of just push it, and then you kind of get underneath the gasket, and this will pull right out. There's the coil head, cotton, and the inside of here. Notice the little tube I talked about in my review. If you look straight down in there, the juice capacity is a lot smaller than it shows. Anyway, I'm going to pull the juice out with this needle. I think this is like a 50-50 juice. It's super thin. So anyway, it's about 3 mils of juice, 3.5 or so. So that's out. I am gonna clean this. I'm gonna remove the cotton from this, and I'll come back. Alright, I'm back. Cleaned out the tube, took the cotton out of the coil, and as you can see, just a little spaced coil in there. This is all the cotton that was in there. I did pull, this is the cotton out of the other one I refilled, and I had only vaped like a quarter of a tank on this. So I don't know about these pods, to tell you the truth. I mean, this thing is black as black can be. As far as cotton goes, it's pretty much unusable at this point, and I hadn't even really vaped it that much. A couple days of vaping. I think that it might be so dark because of the juice. It wasn't burnt. There is some like coil burning residue on there, but it's not bad, and it's not collapsed or anything. Anyway, typical put your coil or put your cotton through your coil situation. You guys know how this is done. When you're doing this, just be very careful. Like, I have too much cotton on here. Be very careful with how much cotton you try to pull through that little coil, because it'll dick up real quick. And I kind of just give it a little twist from both sides as I pull it through to make sure that the coil stays nice and spaced. As you can see there, it looks like a 4 wrap, maybe 32 gauge. When one of these goes bad, I will take it apart, but that might not be for a while. Anyway, I use my flesh cutters just to cut off you just want it just a little bit outside of the channel. Push it down a little bit. To fill this back up, my other pod that I refilled has the Mr. Salty's stuff in it. Mr. Salty's straw melon, which is pretty good stuff. Works pretty great, but it is a lower VG mix. I can't remember what the mix is, so I'm gonna try it with something a little bit higher. This is 70/30, one of my favorite juices, but if it wasn't so goddamn expensive, I would buy it a lot more. This is Roustabout by Vape. They make pretty good stuff. Anyway, take this needle, and I'm gonna pull about like maybe 3.5 mils out. I'm gonna put a couple drops. I like to soak this coil first. It ensures that it has enough time to absorb that excess juice before I throw the top on. Then you just kind of bleh your juice in here. Just be wary of that little tube. Put your juice in there, and then what you have to do is, I don't know how well you can see this, get the coil in the little tube. Be careful because it might not want to go in. Anyway, once you put it in there, it's good to go. I like to give it some taps. If you know, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's little juice specks coming out from overfilling it, and that's how you do it. I'll give you guys a quick update on that. Also, because I told you guys I would, Vape Envii did get back to me about the darkness of my other pods. They said it's totally fine, totally normal. They are 18 milligram, and their VG ratio is pretty high, so it causes them to oxidize pretty quickly. Throw this in here. I don't know. It's firing. Also, if you're doing this and you pull the wick and the coil's dirty, you can just take the coil and hold it on the contacts and fire it in the blue mode, the button activated mode, and it will burn off your gunk on your coils. Anyway, quick video. Thought I'd get it out there because I said I would, and I figured out a way. I realized I had needles that I could then put into small containers to save the juice, and I had juice that I didn't quite like. That limitless juice wasn't my deal. Anyway, you boys have a good day.